Welcome to my kitchen. Hey, now I get a lot of questions, I get a lot of emails about simple basic cooking techniques, and today we're going to talk about roasting chicken. It's real simple. It's actually, people are a lot intimidated because it's a big piece of meat, but I'm going to show you exactly what to do today. Now, first thing you got to do, whenever you get it, obviously you got to take it out of the pack. You want to rinse it with cold water. Never use hot water because that'll actually start to melt some of the fat underneath the skin, and we're going to need that. Well, once you rinse it, you want to pat it dry with a paper towel. Now I'll explain why we're doing this, because if you don't, we're going to start this in a pan. So if you don't take all the water out of it, it's actually going to start a steaming process, and you're not going to get that nice crispy crust that you're looking for. Now I like to put a little bit of oil on it. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm using just a little nice canola oil, just something real light, pretty much flavorless. And you just want to rub that in. Now if you notice, I'm only using one hand to do this because we don't want to contaminate our salt and pepper that we're going to season this with. Now actually, you know what? I do have a magic trick. I put that on the inside too, just to dry out a little bit of the inside so it doesn't start that steaming process again. Alright, so we're just going to season a little bit of salt and pepper. Now I love pepper, so I usually go heavy on the pepper. You can season both sides if you want to. I do like throwing a little bit on the inside, and we're actually going to throw some stuffing in here as well. Not really a stuffing per se, but we're going to put some lemon, some parsley, and some basil. Personalize this. This is your whole deal. You can put rosemary in there. You could put thyme, you could put, whatever you want to. You put peppers, jalapenos, whatever you want to. Now that I've got oil and season, I'm going to take an optional step here. I'm going to truss it. Basically, trussing, all it's going to do is going to make it cook a little more uniformly because we're going to tie it up. I've got a piece of butcher's twine about 2.5 feet long. I've placed it about midway through the breast there, underneath the breast. We're going to tie it around the wings just to kind of secure those. And then we're going to take the ends and wrap them around the end of the legs here. And then we're just going to secure it. And basically all this is going to do is just going to make it cook a little more uniformly because it's all kind of in one piece, and it's going to help the stuffing stay in. We're just going to tie this up. This doesn't have to be fancy. Basically the only thing it does, like I said, is just keep it uniform. Our next step that we're going to do, this is going to help in that because we're going to sear this in a pan to get the cooking process started. Pretty simple so far, right? We've got the chicken oil, we've got it seasoned, we've got some stuff in it, some parsley, some basil and lemon, we've got it trussed up, so it's going to cook all nice and uniformly. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start this in a pan. I've got a cast iron skillet with just a little bit of canola oil, and I've got it just hot enough. It's about medium low, just where the oil just barely glides across the pan. There's just enough in there basically just to cover the bottom. Now the reason why we're starting this pan, as I said before, is we're going to start the cooking process, the searing process. I'm going to start breast side down. And you hear that just a little bit of sizzle? You don't want it popping real heavy. You want a nice low heat because we're going to slow roast this in the pan first. And basically what that's doing, that's forcing all the juices into the center of the meat. So that way your breasts stay nice and juicy. You don't have to worry so much about the legs and the thighs because it's dark meat and they're not going to dry out anyway. We're going to let this go for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to do each side. Now our burger's starting to look good. We got the searing process done. We've got all the juices headed to the center of the meat. We've got a nice start to our crispy crust. Now we're going to finish this in the oven. I got the oven preheated at 375. Basically all I'm going to do is cook this for 20 minutes at first. And then we're going to add a little butter and bake it. Check this out. Go to sleep. Our burger's been roasting for about 20 minutes now. Now what we need to do is we need to add a pat of butter. And what this is going to do, I'm going to just put it right on the top. Now it's going to melt really fast, but I'm just going to put this on the top. And what that's going to do is it's going to melt. It's going to mix with the fat from the chicken. It's going to mix with the lemon juice that's coming out of the lemon that we stuffed from there, and the parsley and basil. And down on the bottom it's going to create basically a pan sauce. And we're going to use that to baste it about every 5 minutes after this point. Alright, so our basting liquid is ready. It's been about 5 minutes. All the butter's melted. Now you can do this every 5 or 10 minutes. It really, what this is going to do is this, actually it's going to help create, a sauce at the bottom, like I said, but it's also going to help crisp up the crust. And man, that thing's going to be golden brown when we take it out of the oven. Now you want to cook this until the internal temperature is about 170 degrees, and then remove it from the oven. Let it cook up. Let it rest. Let all those juices that were forced to the center, just let them kind of get back where in their natural state and kind of get where they need to be, and we can cut and carve, and then we're going to eat. Alright, now we've got our bird out. We've got it right here. Look how beautiful that is. It's nice and golden brown. It's got a nice crust on it, done all the way through. We cooked it up to about 170 degrees. We let it rest. It's nice and good. Now what we did with the pan, we put it just right on the burner, Now this is all of that juice. This is the butter. This is the juice from the chicken. This is the lemon. It's got all the flavor from the basil and the parsley. I'm going to put this right in here in this bowl. That's like our little dipping sauce. And now check this out. Now that was pretty simple, wasn't it? Let's see what we got here. Oh my goodness. Look at that. We'll see you next time. Oh my gosh. And make sure you check out the recipes and news page on Gagliardo'sGrill.com so you can get a bunch of recipes to use all this leftover roasted chicken with. There probably won't be a whole lot left. But just in case there is, check it out.